like, sorry, that's the reason I keep laughing. I keep thinking of Bill O'Reilly with Neil deGrasse Tyson saying, "Who put the moon there?" Like it's the same
Are
kind of.
you equating we with Bill O'Reilly?
Yeah,
You're
I'm off now.
You're done.
Yeah,
Do it live.
yeah, I'm okay. You're the Bill O'Reilly of moral philosophy. We'll put it that way. Or you're O'Reillying the argument.
When you look at the consensus where they all agree, all of the different authorities on the definition of faith, it really does summarize that faith is an assertion of absolute conviction which is assumed without reason and defended against all reason. And that's really what it is. It is.
So in fact, the Christian worldview is a logically incoherent worldview because it is dependent upon, in this case, revelation from another mind. So your logic comes from external sources that are of a mind. And you cannot logic about those minds because they won't let you. You have no basis for a logically coherent argument about what God can or cannot do, even if one of those arguments is that he can logically make you see an argument in a way that cannot be debated, because you could still be deceived.
Can I ask you one question?
Yes.
How do you know that your mind isn't being controlled?
I don't.
Okay, thank you very much, and then you're done.
No, basically, I was not that great. And I always tell people this because, you know, I think that was one of the reasons why I was such I think, a good science journalist, was that I didn't understand half of the things I was covering. You know, if they weren't the subject I studied, which was geology, I would have to learn about these things very quickly. And therefore, I would have to explain them in a way that people as dumb as me could understand them. And I would, you know, if I was doing something really complicated, if I had learned that subject, I would have written the story in a very complicated way, and very few people would have understood it. But because I was so dumb, I actually had to dumb it right down so that I could understand it, and that meant most of my readers could understand it. So I think that's why.
Oh God! Well, see, okay, I'm not. Again, I have no education. I can't give you any sort of account of like the history of philosophy and what advancements have been made in philosophy. What I can tell you is that science is a philosophy. I mean, when you're doing science, you're doing philosophy. You're just including empirical data, and that's. I mean, that's really the only difference. I mean, we can talk philosophy about, you know, determinism versus free will, or mind and body dualism, or morality. But then as soon as we have to use philosophy to pin down what exactly it is we mean by these terms. I mean, this is what you have to use philosophy to get to Sam Harris's point, for example, which is that morality has to do with conscious experience. I mean, you don't arrive at that piece of progress without philosophy. Once you get there, though, science can swoop in and take over and go, okay, well, this, you know, this would be immoral then, and this would be moral. But you.
I was constantly imitating my teachers. I was annoying them. I went to school in pink trousers one time just because I knew it would get a rise out of them, and I was sent home again. I once collected lots of. I collected lots of bangers one time just before Guy Fawkes Night, and I put them in the roller in the school grounds, tied them all together, and I actually invented this fuse. I did far more interesting science stuff outside of science class.
I can't see why the free will is affected by natural disasters.
No, we're asking you to answer the problem of evil. Why the problem of evil when it comes to natural disasters, rather than people, say, making bad decisions that they then suffer from? Set that aside. Why do earthquakes happen with a beneficent God?
Could I just clarify
a little bit? According to the Bible, if I answer according to the Bible, from the starting point which I have now, you know, that's the foundation in my worldview. It says that death and suffering came through sin. It also put the natural world into a state of decay and, you know, things like that.
But if
Carl, back to Carl.
No, but it really, I mean, it first got to me when we had the whole GM debate in Europe, which was one of those ridiculous debates where you had people saying that, oh, we cannot grow GM plants in Europe. It's inherently dangerous because it's not natural. It's humans, it's researchers playing God. Come on, I mean, some of these plants
I think
are.
the point I was
just
going to make is smallpox was natural, wasn't it? And I don't think many people really approved of that.
Actually, I'm almost in. No, yeah, I mean, if we do the Princess Leia thing. Actually, I can do Princess Leia. There we go. I'm Princess Leia now.
Hey, I'm doing a pretty good job at this braiding stuff. You should appreciate it.
I can't. I've not got my glasses on. I had to take them off to try and braid my hair, and I can only do one ear at a time because I'm wearing headphones.
I'm done talking, DPR.